I've got no money to get out. It's been all invested into the mine here, into the opal industry.
I feel cheated and I'm angry.
Mintabie, if you listen to the government, is a den of drug dealers, sly grog runners and lawlessness. A town so bad it needs to be bulldozed from the face of the earth. But visit there and you get a very different picture.
Well, it is. I mean, I think our average age is about 82. You know, I'm one of the young ones at 55, so I don't see a huge criminal element in town.
It may not look much. Dirt streets, 3 shops, a post office and the pub. But it's home to aged pensioners, war veterans, people with disabilities, small business owners and opal miners who have risked everything they have trying to find this.
This drive in itself has cost me over $10,000 just to get to the area that will have the, well, we're hoping that it's got the opal.
20 years ago, Rodney Pearce sold his family farm and risked it all to look for opals, just like thousands before him when the town was first opened for mining in the 70s. Millions of dollars worth of opals have been pulled from the earth here, fortunes made and reinvested looking for more.
It's a bit like the farmer who wins Tats Lotto. You know, he ends up by putting it back through the farm and just goes broke again.
But now, following a government report released last month painting the town very poorly, everyone in Mintabie has to go. In 1981, the traditional owners were given the land back, and now they want to add it to the 102,000 square kilometres which make up the APY lands.
I think it's been handled excessively poorly, considering the way that we find out that we're going to lose our homes and our livelihoods is presented to us as a fait accompli in the newspaper.
Robin Lloyd-Grucock heads the Mintabie Progress Association and runs a small business here. She says the announcement has devastated the community.
Where do they go? How do they make another life somewhere else at 80, 90?
Been here 34 years and means everything. They're like family. Everybody's a family.
Christine Wilkinson is a retired jeweller. Both her husband and daughter's ashes have been laid to rest here. She can't believe this is happening, turfed out of their homes without a cent in assistance or compensation. Anywhere else in Australia, and the reaction would be very different.
There'd be an absolute riot. Every agency would be on their case.
No one in Mintabie is denying the town doesn't have some problems.
Every time we want assistance from the police, it's you wait your turn, and if you're lucky they'll turn up.
The town has 2 drug dealers. One lives here full time, the other uses the town as a staging point, a part of what is believed to be a multi-million-dollar marijuana trafficking industry into the APY lands. But that won't stop if the town is closed. It's no secret who they are. Both were pointed out to us the day we arrived.
Everybody knows who they are.
Kevin Davies, whose home was razed while he was out of town, said the criminals are out-of-towners who take advantage of the elderly population. The other contentious issue is the so-called book-up scheme offering credit to Indigenous customers. It has been exploited in the past, but locals say it works fine if done right.
ASIC did come in here, they did check our books, they saw the way we were doing it. There's a paper trail and a double checking from A to Z.
Angela Ellis helps her son run the Mintabie Outback store, which they bought 3 years ago and into which they've invested thousands. If they were to refuse customers book-up, Angela believes there'd be trouble.
Oh yes, they would. Very, very upset.
And if they are forced out in 12 months, Angela says her family would lose everything, including thousands in outstanding credit.
It would basically bankrupt us. They'd have to fold us because we wouldn't have the income to pay all the debts that was incurred to open the business.
And Angela isn't the only one. Luka Sumanovic literally built the Mintabie Hotel with his bare hands 40 years ago. His wife Ivanka has helped run it for 25 years. The government's announcement renders their life's work worthless. Same too for Corey Britton, who has cerebral palsy. He and his father moved here 12 months ago, spending over $100,000 buying and renovating this home. They thought they had at least 10 years.
In the lease it said 2027.
Now, like 94-year-old Bill McDougall, 84-year-old war veteran Bill Henderson, 64-year-old pensioner Christine, they can't financially afford to move, even if they could physically.
I've got more stuff than would fill a semi.
But the residents don't buy this. They smell a conspiracy, an ulterior motive.
The conspiracy theory is that there's an Indonesian mining company that has a lease over the top of this lease, and the other theory is that Mintabie was a trade-off for an Indonesian mining company when the deal was done with Timor Oil, with the gap between Timor and Australia.
But with the fuse now lit on Mintabie, those living here have just 12 months to move out or